Hi everyone. Today, my guest is an ex-colleague, who knows a lot of secrets about me because she observed my lessons many times as a mystery guest. So she's from Ukraine. She's now in Kiev. My guest is, let me say, my beautiful colleague, ex-colleague, Olga Palamarchuk. She's now in Ukraine, and I'm very grateful to her for accepting this invitation because you know what's going on in Ukraine, and we all hope that soon it's all going to be over with, of course, victory for Ukraine. So let's begin.
Thank you, Eli, for inviting me for your podcast, and I'm really glad to share my experience or my situation and to answer. So I'm eager to answer all your questions.
Like 200 questions I have.
Oh, 200. Okay, I'll try to answer half of them at least. No, not 200.
Oh, we have the whole day. We have the whole day.
Okay.
Okay.
Good.
So, for those who don't know you, I'll give you the mic just to introduce yourself, to say whatever you want about yourself, about your background, why you chose teaching career, and what are you doing right now regarding teaching. The mic is yours.
Okay, thank you. So my name is Olha Palamarchuk. I have been teaching, or I have been in the teaching career, for more than 16 years. Can you imagine? Only after graduation. So I started to teach students first at the university, at one university. Then I decided that it's not enough for me and I need to move forward with my research career and to get PhD degree, so I know how to combine this theory and practice while going to the students. And I have, like a lot of experience teaching adults, not children, yes, because my focus of research is higher education and of course like quality assessment, quality assurance of higher education. So I compare European experience and try to implement and to improve our Ukrainian higher education and to combine it and to write, to publish papers and all this stuff. So I taught, a lot even in official organization, not only in the universities, but at presidential administration. I worked with civil servants. So I adore my profession. My husband always tells me that don't tell me twice something. So I understand you from the first time, but I have, this professional feature to explain something twice, and I really like to do it, or even like doing. I like teaching, not like to teach. This grammar, gerund, and infinitive. So the meaning. So that's why I'm here. And language for me, it's not only about grammar, vocabulary, or as my former professor teacher when I was a student told us. So English is not only suffixes and prefixes. It's more about culture, communication, the way people behave. So it's a broader notion. It's not only language, how we communicate and how we operate with each other. So this is.
But it's not about your husband. It's about all men. So it's like you told me about this 6 months ago. You don't have to tell me again.
Yes. Yes, I have such features of teacher, being a teacher, even at home, with my son.
To make sure idea has arrived.
Yes, that everyone is instruction clear? No, like this CCQ questions. Do you understand me? No, yes, no, right option or right answer.
ICQ, CCQ, back.
Yeah, CCQ, ICQ, all this stuff. So I also have an international certificate. Yes, so that's why I worked as a quality and qualification manager. So I can observe teachers. Yes, I can give some feedback. I can give some advice in order how to improve, how to use different methods. And so this certificate gave me such knowledge and skills of doing it.
You also worked as an interpreter for the parliament.
Yes, it was at the beginning when I was a student, a third-year student. So we had at our university, national university named Taras Shevchenko, one of the famous, university in Ukraine. And they gave us as a student an opportunity to have a practice, so called like internship. yes, and to try your skills as an interpreter, as a translator. And yes, I was suggested or invited to work to the Verkhovna Rada, yes, to our parliament, government, and to interpret for OSCE, yes, Organization of Security and Cooperation in Europe, for the delegates who arrived. So it was, yes, for me, a watershed experience. So I was so nervous. So I was thinking, oh my God, I can't cope with all this situation. But, the thing is that the delegation, the delegates, they are all people too. They laugh, they relax, they make fun, they make jokes with you. And then I understand that I don't need to be perfect, in my interpreting career, as well as teaching and everything. I also make mistakes. I mean, in grammar and in
Who doesn't?
Yes, a lot of, and I think that yes, we should control, we should pay attention into it, we should correct, of course, but still we are like alive people, and of course it's not my native language. I mean, so it's like a second language, so that's why I was a little bit nervous and tried to do all my best, but still I coped with it. So I have good memories from my working as an interpreter.
Since you taught at your university,
Mhm.
and did you? I haven't, but I know a lot of people who have.
Mhm.
Can you share some differences between teaching at your university and, let's say, the CELTA method or
Mhm.
communicative approach? I don't think it's used at university.
Yes, you're right. I absolutely agree. So, the university, the main focus should be on the educational program that is approved, within the department, within the institute. So, and you should follow it and give knowledge and give the topics that are included, in this program. But still, the main difference, as for me, yes, as for my personal opinion, that students don't want to have, the pure lessons or classes of English. They want to know more about life experience. What have you done, for example, when you got a dream job? Yes, how did you behave while having or getting the first interpreting skills? Yes, or how did you work, or how did you communicate with international colleagues? So they want these soft skills, because and I tried to teach them, to show the real situation. And the best method, at the university was, I also taught English as a practical language in English course, or English in everyday communication, or in business communication. And what they appreciate immensely, that I create such a situation, like role model, not like simulation, like I gave them, imagine that you are an expert in the situation with Russian or Ukraine war. Yes, and they come like an expert. Then I put interpreters, so-called. Yes, they try to express their opinion, and other students try to interpret using, of course, the functional language of English. Yes, paying attention into all this grammar stuff. And then, they try themselves like in practice. They imagine that they are real interpreters, that they are real experts. They try to read news, they try to read current, events, what is going on. I think that it is the main treasure of education at the university. Not only the simple rules of how to use, present perfect or something like this. They know it. They know, they are fully prepared. They come to us, enter the university with B2 level at least. So maybe some students have lower, like B1 plus or something like this, and then they improve their life position. So we prepare them to real life. So it's like a simulation, a platform for simulation at the university, where teachers are more polite, more tolerate, yes, because life is not a bed of roses, we all know about it, that we should be ready to different situation, and how to be human, how to be polite, and not to get stressed a lot. So this is my opinion about education at the university.
I know that you also have a degree in French and Italian.
No, not degree. So I know a degree. I mean, yes, I also an interpreter of Italian language. But to tell you the truth, I forgot almost all my skills and the knowledge about Italian because I don't practice this language. So if you don't practice language, you forget it, unfortunately. But of course, if I start speaking with Italian people, so I fully understand them because I have this background. Yes, 5 years of my university degree, studying Italian. Yes, I have it like subconsciously. I understand everything, but I need practice in order to communicate, to reproduce the language. So this is the point. But yes, I graduated with two languages, with a degree of two languages. And French, I studied at school, so it was like I have this certificate of a secondary education with French language. So of course I understand that sometimes, yes, I mixed up a lot of words, yes, like Italian, French, English, but still it broaden your horizon. You feel the language better. I mean, English, French, or whatever, this European group of languages, I mean.
And you also mentioned the OSCE, those
Yes.
translated. What's this for those who don't? I had to Google it, but I'll leave it to you to explain what it is. And I'd like to ask you about your I mean this experience.
So translating for this delegation, or what do you mean?
Yeah, the delegation of OSCE.
OSCE. So
First,
yes.
first, for those who don't know, what is it? What does it represent?
Oh, so it's an organization of security and cooperation in Europe, so they discuss all these like security stuff, security matters, how to cooperate with Ukraine. And the delegation was representatives of different countries, I mean, European one. And they all know, by the way, English perfectly well. But instead, except of English, they know at least two European languages as well. So either it's French, or Italian, or other German one, by the way. So they are fully aware of, they have a good, preparation of language skills. So, and it was an official level, of course, but, as I told you, so I was so nervous, and, I, of course, was confused in some sentences. I missed a lot of words. So it was like so-called, as I have like joke about it to make fun, like, so I make a lot of failure. Yes, I failed. No, I didn't pass this exam of interpreting, but I failed it, actually. And they, an interesting about it, like behind the scene, behind the official, recording or something, that they adore Ukraine. They like to go sightseeing. They are curious about our history. I mean, this delegation, these people from European Union, and they want to know more, to try our food. So they love Ukraine. So I think that they are really delighted from us, from our people, from our hospitality. It's except all this official stuff. So they are like normal people, and it's great. I mean, about them. And one point that I have noticed, and it was a lesson from me, to the whole of my life, that there were French delegations, and they know English perfectly. Yes, that French language, English language, but still they refuse to communicate with me in English. And they asked me to interpret them only in French. And for that time, I lack my knowledge of French to do professional interpreting. And you know what? They asked a government to give them the person, who knows French perfectly well and can help them with interpreting. And I was sitting with the head of international, department from the French direction, and he helped me with interpreting them, French people. And you know what lesson? Why I started to talk about it? That they value their language, they value their history. And now we have the same with Ukraine. We started to value our Ukrainian language and to try, and we started to use it almost everywhere. And even those people who used, Russian language, because, Kiev is half Russian speaking people, yes.
I
And
live in Odessa.
Yes, and that's
All
also
people spoke
Russian.
Russian.
Yes, yes, and
Yeah.
we have it eastern part of Ukraine, so Russian-speaking people. Kiev also as well, like half of Kiev. Now the situation changed, luckily, but still. And I mean, French people, we should learn from them how to adore, how to preserve, how to value their culture and language. And now the situation, what we have now in Ukraine, we are almost like moving to French people and with language the same one, because those who spoke before Russian language, they started to learn Ukrainian one. Yes, and we, we value those people. Of course, we see the pronunciation is different, yeah, different, it's different, or a lot of things, dialects, yeah, some words are slip of the tongue, some of mixture or slangs, but still they do their best to speak Ukrainian language. And it's worth mentioning, and now I remember this like life lesson for me from OSCE delegation when I worked there. So, and I
Well,
hope
you are a quality and qualification manager, and
yeah,
that's how we actually met.
yes.
Yeah. Have you ever attended any of my lessons?
Yes, by the way, I have
I
attended.
forgot.
No. I attended your classes for sure, because I attended everyone classes, not only you. So it was my job. Yes, I observed it, and I think that I observed you twice or three times during our work together, during my work as a quality and qualification
I don't
manager.
remember.
Yeah, I don't
I've
know.
been, I've, I've been
Mhm.
observed so many times that I have already lost the count.
No. It was okay because that I came silently, so I was almost invisible.
Yeah, we
So
had ghost guests or something like that.
mystery guest
Mystery
procedure.
guest, yeah. But
I
I
remember,
never knew who that. Yeah,
but
okay,
it was me. Yes, now I revealed the secret. You know
that was
that it
you.
was, yes, it was
Yeah,
quality and
and you
motivation.
didn't stay till you never stayed till the end.
No. I
Mm.
have never stayed till the end because I need, due to my work, I need to monitor or to observe a lot of teachers, for that time. So, and actually, I spent 15-20 minutes maximum of observing the classes. So, and actually, I can see the picture. So, of course, not from the beginning till the end, not 1 hour or 1 hour and a half. Yes, as usually we work as a teachers. No, but still I can write you a feedback, and I think that I did it. Have you received my
I
feedback?
received too many times the feedback. I told you I've worked for so many people and
Mm-hmm.
I've lost count. But anyway, uh, just imagine the situation. We said before that we all make mistakes, and of
Mm-hmm.
course, when you are a teacher, your mistake is x10.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Can you and be honest? Imagine you are observing a teacher
Mm-hmm.
and everything was going well, and then suddenly the teacher said um, something like, okay, let's say, okay, um, give me an advice.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Would you be able to, let's say, keep your eyes normally, not like, oh my God, what a deadly mistake?
The first, I'm a teacher too, to tell you the truth. Yes, so let's start with this point. So I'm like, while even working as a quality and qualification manager, but first I'm a teacher, and I fully understand that we are all people and humans, and everyone can make any kind of mistake, any kind. So you may be in a bad mood, you may be confused or distracted, or maybe you have some, I don't know, not good situation with your family. Yes, you
Ah,
quarrel.
mother-in-law is visiting.
Yes, yes, something like this. Or you quarreled or some conflict with your husband, and then you can't concentrate and focus, of course, on your lesson or class or this kind of grammar. And who am I, to judge? To judge people for such so-called slip of the tongues. Of course, if it happens constantly, all the time, then I may suggest to pay attention while speaking. Yes, maybe to prepare more carefully, to write down, I mean, some points that you would like to explain to your students or something like this, in order how to improve, but in a very polite and tolerant way. Not to say, oh my God, no, so forget about the teaching profession, or you're not good enough, you don't know English, you don't know first conditional or third conditional, you don't use it correctly, or you teach no, not in a not good way. But again, who am I to judge? Yes, I have different job position during my life, but still I also like the same shoes, I also make mistakes. And like to say that you're not professional, I don't think so. It depends, of course, of course. So I had situation, then teacher unfortunately had A2 level and tried to teach like B2. So then it's not a good one. So then you need to teach beginners, starters, so it will be easier for such kind of teacher to work and to help people, not to take high level students. So this is the point. And everything can be discussed before giving classes or giving groups with different kind of levels. This is like my opinion. So I don't know what to say more about all this stuff.
Okay.
Yes, we should be really like tolerate, patient, of course,
It
to
could be
each.
just a slip of tongue.
What? Yes, it
Could
is.
just be a slip of tongue. Yeah.
Yes, it could be. Why not? So, and like to judge or to put, I don't know, that no, yes, and to go to, I don't know, to the owner of the company and tell, no, this is not a good teacher. So no way. No, I try to find always the solution and the way to communicate with people and with
It's,
teachers.
sometimes we even make mistakes when using our mother tongue.
Yes,
Yes.
yes. By the
Yeah.
way, ask me something, about my Ukrainian, my native language, about Ukrainian, and of course, I can't say you something that I know perfectly well. I need to consult the dictionary, about synonyms, about how to use, even about grammar. Sometimes I check,
Yeah.
I Google how to write some words, to tell you the truth, even in Ukrainian. And what about English? Of course, I do nothing, as I usually say about English. In English, yes, a little bit. No, not perfectly well.
You have a PhD degree and you have written a lot of research papers and you have C2 level in English. And just like any language, whether it's a second language, foreign language, or even mother tongue, sometimes there is some grammar, there is a single rule or something that still haunts us for many years, which we still struggle with. Is there something in English, a bit an English rule that you still find troublesome, you still hate?
Yes, yeah,
There
thank you.
could be many, but I wanted to prioritize one.
One. Yes, of course, it could be many. So I have many, to tell you the truth. Yes, and when I teach grammar, and when I, for example, have this topic in my program, and I see, I try, like shivering as a leaf. Yes, because I need to teach it, and I hate this topic. And it's about how to explain the difference between third and mixed conditionals. So I still don't understand, the real rule. Where is the difference? I mean, where is this like vivid difference? Because in order how you translate, you may use this or that one, and how to explain it. And that's why when I come to the audience, come to the students, I tell them, like truly that I'm not good at this topic. So I'll give you the main rule, then you consult different grammar books. Yes, if you're interested, please ask me question. If I'm able, to answer, because this is the question. Yes, I'll try to give you an advice, good advice, or I'll consult also and come to you later with this question. Because really, for me, I'm struggling still. Yes. Yes,
Yes.
despite all my high level
Yeah.
of
Yeah.
languages, so I don't like it at all.
Okay. So, just a notification that unfortunately the first recording I don't appear for some technical issues, but Olga appears. That's the most important thing. For this second part, I appear as well. So Olga, you know that it's easy to say that once we are outside the classrooms, we are no longer teachers. It's easy to say. But
Mm-hmm.
we both know that when we go home, we are still teachers. Let me ask you this question. What teacher feature do you take with you home?
I'm very talkative. I can't stop talking at any reason, and sometimes my husband tells me that I'm tired of you. So please stop telling me how was your day with all details. I need to be silent or leave me alone. So, and I know that really, so it's too much of me at home. So that's why only he asked me, what is your opinion? So the most dangerous question about, for example, political situation. What do you think? What is your opinion about it? So then I'm unstoppable in it. Yes, in expressing, in discussing, in asking follow-up question. So yes, that's why I need to control myself sometimes. But a good news or a good point of it. So I'm very sociable among my friends. So like I can entertain everyone within the company, or even sitting at the cafe or something like this. So I can express with all this enthusiasm as I do it as a class within my students. So that, and they also notice it and tell me, you're so interesting. Tell us about this story or what happened with it. So I have this, like charisma maybe, or I don't know, like my eyes is shining about what I'm talking, and I like doing it. And yes, of course, I need to reduce, like time management skills, because when I wake up on Sunday morning or Saturday morning, so what are we going to do today? So we need to plan everything. And, again, I listened or heard from my family that maybe you relax, mom, maybe you relax and don't plan something, but I can't do it. I need to plan, because planning is like our second professional skills. I mean, time management, in order to finish, how to start, finish, what to do to have plan B. Obviously, because something may goes wrong, and you need to cope with this. So that's why I am. Yes, I absolutely agree with you that I'm a teacher at home during the weekends too. So it's forever. This profession is forever
I agree. I
with
agree.
you
I
all the
agree.
time. Do you have
Of
the
course,
same? Yes, you do. You have the same features, or
yeah.
yes, sure.
My wife calls me grammar nerd. I love grammar. I hate
Oh,
vocabulary,
okay. Okay. Mm-hmm.
and I study too much grammar, and I sometimes ignore vocabulary, and it's
Mm-hmm.
something bad. And when I'm talking to my wife, because I don't speak Russian or Ukrainian, so I
Mm-hmm.
speak English with my wife. And when we are talking, just like any ordinary husband, the last thing we focus on when talking to our wives is what our wives want.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So I only focus on her grammar. Is she using English correctly, or
Oh,
yeah, Yeah, because also during my lessons, what really kills me is the delayed feedback.
Mm-hmm.
Because I have to wait till the end to tell the person you are wrong. Of course, I don't say like, "Oh, you are wrong." I say, "Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
the correction and stuff like that." But
Yes, yes,
I
yes.
feel that
Mm-hmm.
I'll blow up. I want to say, "No, this is wrong. You shouldn't say that. It's
Mm.
the you should have said blah blah blah." So I have to wait. So with my wife, luckily, I don't have to wait for the delayed feedback. I can just correct her on the spot.
On spot correction, yes, to do
Exactly.
on spot correction.
Exactly.
Mhm.
Okay.
Okay.
Um, Now, let's go back to, let's say, and I want to discuss with you the
Mhm.
teachers in Ukraine, and I'll get to the point about the future.
Mhm.
But before the war, could you have ever imagined that there's going to be a war, or you're among the people who would say it's impossible? Did you see it coming, or you
Coming to an
just
end, you mean, or what?
sorry
Like uh,
the war?
the war, will it end? You mean, yes?
No, 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 no.
Oh,
Before the war,
oh, okay.
did you see it coming? Did you believe that in the 21st century,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
country would invade another country? Did you see it
No.
coming, or you are telling yourself, no, it's just news and stuff like that?
Yes, yes. The second variant for sure. So I can't believe it till the end, till the beginning when the war started. For me it was like awkward news. Sometimes I even mock it and I tell to my friends, no, really, Putin will invade us. I mean, Russian president, like will invade, he will invade. No, so it's impossible. So it's a 21st century, as you mentioned. So it shouldn't be like this. So we are like developing civilization. So can't we, solve this conflict in another way? So I mean, to sign maybe some agreement or to agree on something. I don't know, to find some political solution of this problem, not to invade country like neighbor country, and not to put rockets, missiles, all this stuff. Yes, I can't believe it till the end. And what is more, when the war started, I was moving to the Czech Republic with my son. Yes, I was afraid, so all I was stressed, so I can't believe it. And then I listened to one politician, and he told us that the war will end in 1 week. So, and I was waiting, this week. So I was so lucky. I was hoping, no, I will be only 1 week in Prague, no more. And then a week passed, like 2 weeks passed. And again, I was listening to him because I need this. Maybe I explain it why, because I need this psychological support, and the hope or my dream will come true, that it will finish soon. And he again told us, to all Ukrainian people, that the war will finish in 1 month. And I remember the time when I was registered in, I don't know, an embassy or Czech embassy or something, to receive these documents of being a refugee, yes, from Ukraine, of the status of all this stuff. And he, or the manager of this organization, he told me, unfortunately, we didn't have time, free slot, to register you. So please come in a week to us, like a week. And I was standing, like the shock. I was appalled, and told him, no, I didn't come. I wouldn't come to you, because I will be in my home. I will return. I will come back to Kiev. So I don't have such a huge time, 1 week. And and I stayed for half a year in Czech Republic, and now we have almost 5 years of war, and I still don't see the end of it, to tell you the truth.
Well,
Only as
at least somebody else was more optimistic and said that it would finish in 1 day.
yes, yes, in 1 day or in
Yeah,
3 days. So no, now I don't see, unfortunately, I don't see the end of it. Maybe I'm wrong. I want to be wrong. I
I
want
hope
to be,
you're wrong. I hope you're wrong,
yes, yes,
and I
I
hope
want.
that I'm also wrong.
Yes, yes,
Yeah.
because people are tired, people are exhausted, we are stressed, so it has its impact on us, on people. to tell you the truth. So whenever we
I know.
say
I know.
is okay, no, it's not okay,
I know.
so it's okay on the surface, but when we go deeper, I mean, into every family, into every person, how we feel, yourself, inner feeling of all this stuff. But still, maybe you saw like a funny situation when the war in Iran started. Yes, and in Dubai airport or something was massive, like
Yeah,
drone.
the whole Gulf. Yeah.
Yes, and
Yeah.
our Ukrainian people were also there. I mean, in Dubai or
Yeah.
somewhere, and they were sitting drinking coffee and like monitoring drones and tell this is Iranian one, Russian one. So they are calm. They were calm,
Yeah.
confident. And, nobody like bothers about all this
Yeah.
situation. But yes, we are.
Well,
We
the
can.
only people I feel pity for are the civilians from
Mm-hmm.
both sides. I don't care about politicians. Let them kill each other. But I really feel
Yes.
bad for the civilians everywhere because I remember I used to tell my colleague, she's Ukrainian. I used to tell her that in the beginning, the war, well, it was in 2015 or 2016. I said,
Mm-hmm.
in the beginning of the war, you are afraid, but then with time, you get used to it. She said, oh, impossible. I cannot imagine getting used to something.
Yes.
And after the war, 2 years after the war, she was in Odessa. Now she is outside. She would say, "No, we no longer run. It's something we don't care anymore."
Mm-hmm.
I said, "So now you know how I used to feel. I know
Yeah.
it's from one side it's horrible. From another side, I think it's good because people want to live, to continue living. So I think
Mm-hmm.
it's
And
kind of
yeah.
yeah."
Mm-hmm.
You went to the Czech Republic, and
Mm-hmm.
just like many people, Ukrainians and non-Ukrainians who lived in Ukraine, like me, uh, we went outside Ukraine, and I'm really interested in your story in the Czech Republic about finding a job that matches at least some of your qualifications, and what happened with you,
Mm-hmm.
because that's one of the reasons why we have these podcasts. We want the voice of the teachers to be heard as much as we can. So
Mm-hmm.
I'm interested in hearing your story
Mm-hmm.
about this point.
Yes, yes, I see. Yeah, thank you for such question. It's a painful question, to tell you the truth, because when you move to another country, you lose everything. And I don't afraid this word, meaning everything. So status, qualifications, like not knowledge, not skills. Yes, they are with you. I mean that you bring and you take. You can do your work. You can work as you did or as you worked in your native country, but still for other countries, so you need to prove your qualification. You need to show and to like approved documentation, documents, certificates within the country when you are going to work. And for me, I was suggested, like to work as a waitress. Yes, for the first time, because of course I need to earn money to live for something. Yes, to bring home the bacon, that stuff with a child, of course. And I was suggested to become a waitress or a housekeeper at the hotel. But luckily, then we had in Czech Republic a huge community of Ukrainian women who, yes, moved with children, without them, some with husband who can move, yes, from the country. And we communicated, we discussed, and I told that I'm PhD, so I'm academician from all this academic society, so I can teach English, I can do a lot of like educational work. And I was invited to work as a psychologist. Yes, I have one more psychological, by the way, certificate, so I can work with post-traumatic syndromes of this method. I mean, like to reveal it and how to cope. And I was invited to work as a psychologist, assistant of the psychologist, because I'm not by my education like psychologist. Yes, I only have small certificate, and I was helping a PhD in psychology. So it's my friend. Yes, so together, and we were working with Ukrainian children who moved to Czech Republic and who saw a lot. You even can't imagine what they told us, not only me, within the session, psychological session, exposures, even dead bodies that were lying when they were driving by car and trying to escape the country. So, and of course, they are stressed, and it was a hard work, and hard work and huge experience for me, how to try yourself, but still I understand that I'm not for children. So I understand for myself that I need to work only with adults. For me it's difficult, so I can't cope with their behavior, especially starting from 12 till 15, 16 years, when they're teenage age. So they have a huge trauma of all this situation. They have traumas because there were a lot of divorces in the families. The war showed, this unfortunate statistic that a lot of women and men divorced due to distance, due to different reasons, and children, they suffered from it. And of course, but it's better, than working as a waitress. To tell you the truth, yes, to work more or less connected to my qualification. So that I think I was lucky enough to work in such sphere.
Of course, we don't mean that those who work as waiters and waitresses are bad people. Of course, we're not
Yes,
talking
yes,
this
of
about this.
course.
But we have
Mm-hmm.
worked a lot. We spent a lot of money. Maybe our parents also helped us. And,
Yes, yes,
the certificates we have are we have earned them with hard work.
yes, exactly.
We
Yes,
didn't
of course.
just
I
collect
don't
them
mean
from
that.
trees.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Of course, for sure. If I don't have another opportunity, for me, it will be okay to work even as a waitress. Why not? Because I need money,
Yeah.
so it's nothing ashamed. So every work,
It's an honorable job, clean money.
yes, yes, I don't
Yeah.
steal money. I earn them. So, and no matter what, so I also can do it. But of course, regarding, like maybe it's crown or proud, I don't know, pride of me or ambitious. Of course,
Not
yes,
only
because.
you, not only you, not only you.
Mhm.
It's just a feeling of being underestimated.
Yes, yes,
Yeah,
yes.
that only only because you don't belong here to this place, you are not worth this position. You don't deserve it, and it's a big
Mhm.
problem when people look at you, look at your passport.
Yes, and another point, another issue, and like language. You need to know, for example, in my case, you need to know Czech language. Yes, you need to communicate the language in which country you are living and or you are staying, So that's why it's not only like with the documents or with your qualification, but you need to start learning. For example, in Germany, I know that they gave for 5 or 4 years ago. I know my friends who were moving to Germany. They gave special courses, of German language for free, and you were obliged to go there and to learn the German language. So it's a difficult one. So it's not an easy stuff. Any kind of language is difficult, yes, for sure. But still, if you want to earn, I don't know, or to get the social like help, not help, like support, yes, from the country. I mean, in some 500 euros or something like this, yes, this sum of money as a support, you need to pass exam, and not to pass but to go to for courses, yes, and to learn their language. And it's also another stress for people to change everything, to change work, to change your flat, your apartment, cars. A lot of people, yeah, they had cars, they had flats, and then you need to move, to live in a dormitory in a different condition with your family, with your not only families, your relatives in one room. 5 or 6 people were living in one room, so it's also a challenge to like not to not to get crazy. I don't know, not to get mad, or to be in a safe like health.
Environment.
Yes, and safe environment, because you don't have like privacy, so you don't have it actually. So you need to cope with. But now I communicate with my friends who stayed, in Czech. So I moved to Kiev. So I decided to move, to come back. I mean, so but she stayed, and she got used to it. She adopted. She communicates fluently in Czech. So I was visiting her in Prague, and so she's living not in Prague but near Prague, but still everything we got used to everything, yes, and can adopt. And
I think what happened in Prague was an exception because I work with Czech people, and my experience is really positive with them.
No, no,
Maybe it
because
was an exception. I don't know.
hmm
Yeah,
hmm
yeah. But I have a negative view towards the teaching German in Germany. But it's a different topic. Okay,
hmm
so I just want to move to the last point, and uh, I'll divide into 2 points. First point, if we put safety concerns, which are number one concern in Ukraine, what are the major difficulties for the teachers in Ukraine? In Ukraine, this is the first
hmm
part of the question. Later, I'll ask you the second part.
Okay, the main difficulties, you know, I mentioned maybe say not popular things, but yes, to be ready all the time, to be prepared, and to be ready, and to be in a good mood with your students. I think this is the biggest challenge ever, because you have a lot of difficulties, not only within the country, but within how to. You don't have electricity, yes, you don't have water, you don't have, because yes, the situation that was in winter in Kiev, so you don't have a possibility to charge your computer in order to prepare to the lesson. Yes, what should you do? So, and nevertheless, you come into the room, I mean to the audience, well, I mean with a good mood, yes, well dressed, so it's like an appearance, yes, and ready to deliver lecture. Nevertheless, what happened, or did you sleep this or that night, or not? So, and the same students, yes, they eager to learn, they eager to study. So, and it's a huge priority, and I think a great thing of our young generation. So they will come, they will listen, and they will do everything. Of course, we give them, if you don't have, for example, electricity, so you shouldn't do home assignment to the full. Yes, please do it as much as you can, of course, but still, their determination, they're so determined to get this education, especially Ukrainian one, so no matter what happened. So we had, I remember, like it's a funny and from other side not funny, sad story that we had one night bombing all night, sleepless night at all. And early in the morning at 8 or 9 a.m., we need to take state exams, in the bachelor degree. So with students and teachers going to the work, and we were like gathering maybe at 8 a.m., like before, earlier, to prepare exam cards, all the stuff, text for translation. And we noticed the picture that we have like a coffee so station, like a small cafe, and there was such a huge queue with students. They were standing, to buy this coffee, and they were ready to be on time and to come and to pass this exam. So this is worth, I don't know, like respecting and their enthusiasm, both teachers, and because we can, it will be like not lame excuse, no. So we may also say, I don't have like enough health, yes, I don't have enough energy to come to work and to do it, but still, we're diligent from both sides. This is what about Ukrainian.
And that takes me to the second part of the question. How do you see the future of teaching in Ukraine after the war?
Oh, I think that it will be one of the strongest, profession, and one of the respectful one in Ukraine. because we have now, within the war, we have enthusiastic, professional, passionate, and patient teachers, who do their job and who do it with full of, they put heart and soul into what they are doing. Everyone, I mean, who is working with a teaching career, and despite all challenges, difficulties, and all the situations. So can you imagine what will happen if the war ends? So
I don't
how
want
the
to imagine. I want to live it.
Yes,
I want to
yes,
live it.
not to imagine. Yes, a good point. No, 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 not to imagine, but to live
Yeah.
and to go through, and it will be such a huge community. So, and more people, even students will come into this profession. They try themselves as the young teachers, as assistant of professor. Why not? So it's such, I think, respectful, honorable profession in our country, not in our country, all over the
Everywhere
world.
to give knowledge. You are giving knowledge.
Yes,
Yeah.
everywhere, and you need to be really to possess. I read in some research paper of one famous scientist or researcher, regarding higher education. What is a good teacher for you? Yes, and he told for that time that a good teacher should possess three P's. First, to be professional. I mean, P like the first letter. Yes, professional. Then to be passionate about, because if you don't love your profession or what you're doing, so you shouldn't be there. Yes, and the third P is to be patient, because it is a profession. Yes, we really need to think. Yes, not to, as you told, yes, not to wait to delayed feedback and to tell what is going wrong, because you understand that sometimes not to offend. Yes, sometimes because you may be sometimes rude, maybe in some situation, or students are so sensible, yes, sensitive to all this stuff. They want to do everything perfect, and you need to find these words in order not to offense, and to motivate instead of it. Yes, not to push down, but to motivate for further work. So I think that we are like a jack of all trades, really, teachers in Ukraine. So like psychologists, teachers, professionals, researchers, a lot of work we do in one profession.
Olga, thank you very much for being with me. I really enjoyed it, and I hope next time we meet we'll be face to face in Ukraine, because
Maybe in Uzhhorod,
my,
yes, we will meet.
for me it doesn't matter. What matters
Okay.
is in Ukraine.
Yes.
Many people say, okay, after when the war is over, but you're saying, you say, no, I'm going back to Ukraine.
Mm-hmm.
And they say,
Mm-hmm.
where, to Odessa? I said, I don't care.
Yeah.
I just want to be in Ukraine, because as I said, it's my second home, and Ukrainians for me are family. Of course, my wife, friends, colleagues, neighbors, students.
Yes.
So they are my second family, and I consider Ukraine my home. So I hope, put borscht away. I hate it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's the only thing I hate. Yeah.
Okay.
But of course, I'm going back. Of course, I'm going back. Okay.
Yes.
So thank
Thank
you very much. Thank you.
Thank you, Eli. Thank you for
Yeah.
inviting me. And it's so pleasant for me to hear that you love, to the full of your heart, Ukraine. So I feel it. So, and, like this, my students do it. And this hearts goes
It
to you.
appears on the screen. Okay. I
Yes,
didn't.
like
But
heart, like a
and so this technology is new for me. Oh,
oh, yes.
I have a lot to learn. I've got a lot to learn. Yeah. Okay.
Okay.
So thank you for being with me. And again, for the viewers, sorry for the first part of the video. For the first part of the video, only Olga will appear. When I speak, you'll hear my voice, but you'll see my photo. But forget about me. You have a nice, beautiful lady, so stay with her. But the second time, the second part of the podcast, I will appear. And as always, with all the podcasts, this podcast is going to be published on the Malta Podcast channel and on my own channel. in two formats: the video format and the audio format. So thank you for being with me, and
Thank you.
goodbye.
Bye. Bye. Thank you.